Hey, it's Dr. Fred, TMT. Hey, I'm a spirit on a human journey here to fulfill a soul purpose just like you. So I have a question for you today. Do you ever feel like there's just not enough time? Do you run around during the day and you say to yourself, man, there's just not enough time. If I just had a few more hours, I could get more done. I could get this done and that done. Hey, even if it's just to get more sleep, right? I think if I had a few more hours, that's what I'd want to do. And so we run around with this task list. Our life becomes a task list of all these things that we want to accomplish. And if we fulfill our task list, man, we feel great, I'm accomplished. If we don't, we can develop self-deprecating language. And life becomes more about what we accomplish rather than who we are. So we become human doings rather than human beings. It becomes, our identity becomes what we do rather than who we are. And so it's kind of analogous to a timeline. So I'm going to use this tape. Our life becomes a timeline. You know, we're born, then we have childhood, and then we have all this stuff that happens, right? All these events, and then all of a sudden, hey, here we are, 21 years old, and we have all these things, and then our life continues to progress, and now here we are, 30 years old, and we look back and we have all these objective measurements. Well, guess what? Our brain, primary need is survival. That's what we want. So our brain loves this certainty. It loves to know that these inches, they're objective, and these are facts, and things happen, and I can look back on my life and I can see these events that happened. And then all of a sudden we have all these meanings. You know, so can you change the facts in your life? No. But can you change the meaning? Yes. So what happens? Because our brain likes predictability, it likes to take our past and bring it into our present so we know what's going to happen. So what's it like when you have too much past in your present? Well, you have emotions of guilt, you have resentment, you have shame, you have anger, you have frustration. And these are all the emotions that we can experience because we're bringing our past into our present. Now, life continues, man. This thing is our lifetime. It's all this stuff that's going to happen, right? So we like to progress, we like to know, but look, does the tape change? It doesn't. Why? Now here, I'm 46 and a half, 46 and a half. Now we have all this stuff, and you wonder why. How come life keeps giving me similar situations? Because what we're doing is the brain loves certainty. It takes our past, projects it into the future, so we know what's going to happen. Because we love what's known. Our brain loves certainty. It's our primary human need for safety. And then we wonder why the energy is still the same. So what's it feel like to have too much future in your present? You have stress about what's going to happen. You have tension. You have anxiety. Oh my God, this needs to be done in 2 weeks, right? We project all this stress. So we have guilt, non-forgiveness, all this anxiety and stress from the past. And then we have anxiety and stress and tension from the future. And here's what we're experiencing now. So we have guilt, shame, non-forgiveness, anxiety, stress about what's anticipated. Man, we have all these emotions. How many people come home at the end of the day and they're freaking exhausted, right? You just want to pass out. How many people don't sleep as well as they'd like to? And actually, you have all these emotions stirring around, yet we have all this emotional energy that's draining us of our life force. When really, we're spirits on a human journey. And if you're still breathing, watching this, which you are, then you haven't fulfilled that soul purpose yet. So time isn't past, present, future. The only time we have is right now, which means what? Time is actually vertical. What's that mean? A second ago has already passed. The past, P-A-S-T, has passed, P-A-S-S-E-D, and a second from now doesn't exist. So the past has already happened. A second from now doesn't exist. All we have really is this moment right now. That's all we have. Okay, so how do we look back at all this? How do we get rid of our past from our present? Well, first of all, you're here to fulfill a soul purpose. So if you believe that, then that means that everything in our past, PAST, that's already passed, has given us three things. Courage, skill, or faith? How do you know that? Well, you know, if you have teenagers and they find their first love, or you remember your first love, and then that relationship doesn't work out, and you're totally heartbroken. You know, you think, oh my God, will I ever love again? And you have all this stress and anxiety, and you look at your kids, or you remember yourself back then, and you think, man, that's nothing. You know what I mean? Wait till you get older and you have kids, and look at all these stress and relationships that you've had. And you know, we all have great moments, but look at what you've been through. You know, that's just a quick example. You know, look at, maybe you got fired from a job when you were young, you quit a job, and then a whole new door opened, right? So you look at things that happened earlier, like, man, I didn't know anything back then. You know, I've really dealt with some issues now. Why? Because they gave you courage. They gave you a skill, like either a job or an emotional skill, or they've just built your faith that no matter what happens, you know, you get through it. God carries you through it, and when one door closes, another door opens. So when you can find the gift from all this objectivity, can you change the facts in your life? No. But can you change the meaning? Yeah, because you can find the gift and get rid of the pain, because they've given you courage. They've given you skill, they've given you faith, and when you honor that in your present moment now, you can release the guilt, you can release the shame, you can release the resentment, you can actually forgive and forget. Meaning, you may not forget about the event, but because you don't have the emotion and you found the gift and you've released the pain, you don't need to remember. Those are two different things, right? It's not, I forgive, but I never forget. No, that's a person that hasn't truly forgiven. Because when you forget, you don't have the need to remember unless it's brought up, right? And then you don't have emotion on it. It's very objective. Now, what about the future? If all we have is presence, your life, how many people know your life can change in a second? One phone call could be a total catastrophe, or one phone call could be that call that your whole business opens up, that call that your whole personal life opens up, that new opportunity. Your life can be totally blessed in 1 second. So do you live with the miracle of creation and the joy and love now for anticipation of the great things and the journey that your life is on to fulfill a soul purpose? A couple TMTs ago, we found out that heart energy has 5,000 times more manifestation power for great things in your life than mind energy. So this is the longest, shortest journey of our life, gang, from your head to your heart. 5,000 times. So let's do these. When we have three things, courage, skill, faith, then we can ask two questions. What did I learn? What did I learn about the courage? What skill did I develop? What faith did I have? Right? What faith did I learn? And then the second question, what am I going to do? What am I going to do with that courage? What am I going to do with that skill? What am I going to do with that faith? And the majority of the time, that's your story and your experience will help another person and contribute to others. That courage, faith, and skill is leading you to your life purpose. And the majority of the time, that's because your story can help another person through a breakthrough. So let's get the courage. Let's be conscious in the moment. Let's live in present time. And let's get the courage, the skill, and the faith to be able to come into presence, release the path, breathe in. Imagine a shower washing all the mud off you. Imagine like you're a light bulb, right? And that light bulb is fully lit, but you have mud all over that light bulb, right? So you're going through a Tough Mudder contest. You're full of mud. That's all the pain in your past. You're under that shower washing all the mud off. You wash the mud off that light bulb, all of a sudden the light radiates everywhere. Did the light change? Or did the radiation and impression change? So breathe in. Imagine that shower washing off the past. Imagine your body's filled with white light radiating out to the universe with love, joy, peace, happiness, excitement for the uncertainty of the next creative, miraculous moment. And then let's be totally obsessed and committed to fulfilling our soul purpose, and let's do that one moment at a time. Thanks, gang. Love you. By the way, we're doing a Facebook Live tonight. Tonight, we're starting the first kickoff to You're More Powerful Than You Think study group. It'll be on Facebook Live. We're doing it second Tuesday of every month. So check in later. Please comment, share on this and the Facebook Live later. Love you guys. Let's fulfill our soul purpose. Let's change the world, contribute to the lives of others. So not only are we blessed, but more importantly, we can be a blessing to others. All right, love you.